Welcome back to this F1 Manager 24 Create a Team Career Mode. It is Season 4, the 2027 season in-game, and today we have the Miami Grand Prix to kick things off. But we're going into this next race with a huge question mark revolving around Formula 1. Maybe questionable things occurring, because this is what the R&D chart looks like. We had a look at it at the end of last episode, and Alpine have shot up from one of the worst teams on the grid, allegedly, to the best team on the grid. As one commenter said, and it tickled me very much so, what on earth is Flavio Briatore cooking up again? What is he up to? He's up to his old antics. I'm smelling illegal stuff going on, some shady stuff happening at Alpine, because what on earth is this R&D chart? Porsche as well. I mean, it's no surprise Porsche were up there with 2 and 3 in qualifying at Suzuka. Obviously they fell away a bit, and it was a great 2 races for Lewis Hamilton in his returning season to McLaren. He won back-to-back races, so in the standings we still lead with Antonelli, but Hamilton is chasing and McLaren are chasing in the Constructors' Championship. Audi climbing up a little bit. Red Bull, you know, they're still doing a lot better than I thought they would, because they were so awful the last 2 seasons, but Porsche is doing bits for them. To be fair, Ferrari did finally get off the mark. Sebastian Vettel climbed considerable places. Yeah, P4. Yeah, I think he climbed 10 positions in this race. A very crazy race where I might add, once again, Verstappen had a very poor race. He scored 0 points in the very last race at the Chinese Grand Prix. Antonelli got a podium, and that was obviously off the back of a difficult Suzuka race where Verstappen had damage, and we tried to manage him as best we could to 8th place. But yeah, Verstappen, very unlike him, maybe a little bit flustered last episode, and he needs to pick up a little bit. But we now have the same exact car for both drivers. To be fair, Verstappen had actually a better car in China, and he actually scored 0 points. So that's actually the most shocking thing internally as a team. Antonelli with an inferior car got 2nd place. I'm convinced like Verstappen got hit off, or he got tripped up, whatever. 12th place. But yeah, we go into Miami with a massive question mark now of what the pecking order is going to be like. Is that R&D chart actually true? Because we've seen plenty of times the R&D chart and this car analysis doesn't line up. But look at this. It says we're 9th. It says we're 9th currently, and 10th with our 2 cars. And if I go to car analysis, as it stands right now, if I go to rank on the grid, look at this. Alpine 1st place in every, apart from dirty air tolerance, in every cornering department. This is mental. What has Flavio been working on for Alpine? We have a little bit of ATR period left, so we can make something. What's going to take the least amount of time, though? I feel like we're not going to... Yeah, nothing's going to get done in time for Miami, so we can't even push back against everyone out upgrading us maybe into this next race. So I'm just going to have to think about a little bit more of a long-term play. Let's go for suspension. We don't have too much ATR period left, but we have enough to maybe make some use of it. What are we low on then? We're actually not that great in quite a few departments now. We started the year off probably like 3rd place minimum in most of these things, but legit, these guys around us, they're really going for it with the upgrading. So yeah, we're gonna have to pull our socks up and actually maybe spend more than the 34 million to really get going, or just hope that the quality v quantity mantra is going to pull us through. You know, when the upgrades come, there'll be big hits. Right, new ATR periods here. Looking at the car analysis, what are we really bad at? I feel like we need to improve our top end speed. That's actually that's suffered quite a bit. We used to be a car that was very quick in a straight line, was good at overtaking. Maybe that's why we've struggled a bit at overtaking. I saw at Suzuka, like I mentioned it, Antonelli, I was very surprised he wasn't overtaking cars quick enough, or as quick as I thought he should be. So we're going to go for chassis upgrades and just skew it all to top end speed to try and push that side of the car. We already did one chassis upgrade, but clearly that was a weakness for us, I guess, in this year's car. And I feel like needs must. I think we're going to rush this upgrade. I'm going to spend 1.5 million. We've got the money for it. Let's rush this upgrade, get it in. We spent a decent amount of ATR period, so it's still a quality upgrade. We're just trying to rush the actual designing of it which is where we can actually use the money that we've got to good use. Oh, race, of course. Concerns about our race simulator. I didn't even know we had a race simulator, to be honest. I just thought that we had like some crappy old Logitech G90 in the shed. Not even that, but I think we just had a Wii wheel, didn't we? In the corner of the shed, and it was maybe damp from the water leaking, I think. Well, whatever we had going, it's shut down for 6 days. Brilliant. Our targets are a bit lower than they were in the first few races. This is the biggest indication to me that I actually think we legit might be a bit slower. Like that R&D chart might not even be lying. Like, oh, wow. Oh, there's rain. That might help our case. That might help our case in the race, you know. That actually might be in our favor-ish. I mean, Japan was decent, but I think we definitely aren't as quick in the wet as we were with the 2026 car, which is annoying, but it is what it is. You know, sometimes, you know, as Red Bull are showing this year, you cannot hold on to advantages year to year, always, all the time. And of course, we were still trying to improve the car in other places last year from the high speed, which is better this year, but at the cost of maybe the top end speed like you're seeing. All right, first qualifying session of the Miami GP weekend. There's no hiding here. There is no hiding. We will truly see if Alpine have cooked up some illegal machine, some world beater monster, or is it going to be Porsche, who are also up there? They were actually already there last episode. So to be honest, I'm actually more expecting Porsche just to be good again, because they were last episode. Also, what can Porsche do again? Obviously, didn't have the best time from Japan getting his pole position. You know, he ended up DNFing, so maybe lost potential there. And then, of course, we need to be, you know, away from that. That's kind of the headline things. In terms of practicality, in terms of our team in the championship, we need to worry about Hamilton and McLaren, because he's got good momentum. He's won the last 2 races of the season. Verstappen has only scored, what, like 4 points maximum in total in the last 2 races, because he got the, P8 in Japan, and then 0 points in China, which is the one before this Miami race in the season. So, yeah, if you thought it was going to be a walk in the park with those 3 wins in a row to start the season, you are sorely, sorely wrong. In the season where we're trying to go for our first championship, this game just keeps on throwing hurdles, obstacles, and challenges, and you know, we have to keep on working hard at the car upgrades and trying to maximize every single race we can. Right now, Antonelli coming through. I think this might be the first time I've actually managed Miami in the entire game, actually. So quite nicely, the timing of seeing that R&D chart into in before the Miami Grand Prix, because I think eventually I feel like we'll end up managing every circuit at least once in the game cycle, basically. But I think there's a couple still I haven't done yet, but I can't name them all. But right now, things looking pretty okay. Verstappen P1, Anthony P2. Obviously, loads of others yet to set times, but good to see they're relatively closely matched, so maybe that's where the car is. The question is, where are other people's cars in relation? The 2 McLarens aren't even out yet. The Porsches, one of them's out. The Audi, well, Behrman's coming out in the Audi. Mercedes, well, also a big question mark about them, because if you saw the R&D chart, they're now like the 2nd or 3rd worst team, apparently. He's doing bits, man. He's actually godly in this game, Théo Pourchaire. And he's dragging that Red Bull up, which isn't even that bad now, obviously. It's gone better, as we saw. Ocon goes up. Albon. Hold on a minute. Albon's up there. That legit means this Red Bull has this much pace. That is a bit scary. That is worrying for us. It's just another team we have to... honestly, we don't have... I know we've had our rivalry with Porsche, and that's still very much there. You know, the team that used to be RB. But really, in terms of fighting people for the podium, the win, you hope, it's actually just everyone, pretty much. Like, everyone minus Haas and Aston. They're the only 2 teams that have categorically been nowhere near points this season. And Alpine were, but I don't know. I mean, they've got Hulkenberg and Bottas, 2 drivers who are now under 80 rating. So that's the only thing. Maybe they won't show their true potential because Bottas only goes P10. So the fact that Bottas and Hulkenberg are their drivers might be this saving grace for everyone, because they will not maximize the potential of what this illegal Alpine might be. Oh, having said that, Hulkenberg just got up to P6. Nah. That right there, that's your indication. Alpine are no joke. They've legit upgraded a decent amount because they were firmly last and second last in the last few episodes of this season, right? I think we should be safe, surely, right? I know there's a big time there to Red Bull, but I think we should be safe. Oh, do I send them out for a last-minute lap? I feel like we should, just in case. Honestly, I wouldn't put anything past this season now. Like, you cannot rest on anything. Yeah, let's send them out. Just in case, guys. Just in case, because I just don't know. Right now, Behrman's in the drop zone. Vettel got a P4 in China. He's in the drop zone. Lando in drop zone. Bortolet. You really cannot call it anymore. I thought 2026, the season 3, 2026 in-game, last season, was going to be like this. But it's here now in 2027, the second year of the new major regulation changes. It's thrown up a fantastically interesting, competitive F1 grid here in the game. It's unreal. It's unreal. F1 24 could never. Right, we've gone again just in case. Antonelli, much better lap time there. Vettel, Verstappen, I don't think improved. And I think Vettel, oh, we know he got through. Who got knocked out then? Okay, the two Haas cars. Okay, the Alpine of Bottas, he got knocked out. So that's one less car to worry about. Aston's out. Williams out. But Hulkenberg, P11, for how lower rated Hulkenberg is now in the game, which is, I believe, 79 rating, that's still very good. Like, honestly, if Flavio wants to cook the books for Alpine, and if they have any cash lying around, they should definitely be looking at signing someone better to replace one of their drivers mid-season to make the most of their car. I'll be curious to see what the R&D chart looks like after Miami to update it. But right now, Red Bull look to be the biggest surprise, actually, of the race weekend so far. Piastri's bounced back a bit with Merck, maybe. And where are McLaren? What's happened to McLaren there? Right, sending them both out nice and early. Get the lap in, boys. Right, Verstappen with a 1:27.4. Antonelli coming across the line, and it is 0.034 quicker than Verstappen. Reminder, they have the exact same car now. Obviously, last episode, Antonelli had the better car for Japan. Verstappen had the better car for China. They've now got equal cars once again. But the difference is maybe Antonelli's got that form. Verstappen's had 2 races where he's been a little bit on the back foot. I really hope that he can maybe bounce back a little bit because, you know, he is needed in the season. We signed him to score good points, to push Antonelli, which he is now. But now he needs to start scoring again because 2 races for a driver his caliber to only score 4 points is quite a big hole to fill. Hamilton's up there though, so McLaren sorting their issues from Q2 where they were way down the order down here. Let's see how things look. Looks like we look a lot better ourselves here in Q2. Leclerc's up there. That's a very good time for Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. Ocon in the top 10 right now. Porsche, Albon. Where is he? Oh, Albon's P3. Oh, I was looking down here. Albon's P3. I mean, I know Porsche was really good because he's 90 rated right now in the game. But the fact Albon's up here just really showing. I actually think Red Bull are back. Red Bull have really turned a massive corner. They've unlocked something in their car. Whatever the case, they're there. And Hulkenberg might be looking to try and squeeze into the top 10 in the Alpine. Right now, the 2 Audis underperforming, you got to say, because they were always good at over 1 lap so far in this season. What's happening to them as we go on through? I think we should be safe, obviously. So let's just see how things pan out there. Behrman needs a much better lap to get into the top 10. Russell up there for Porsche, P2. Behrman crossing the line, and wow, that's awful. That's awful. Audi, what's happened? You had no race pace, and now you have no qualifying pace either. Both Porsches through. Porsche under pressure to perform and match his own teammates. He's been the team leader so far, and Porsche will just about maybe make it in. He pits, but that's because no one else is setting a lap. I think that is it. Both Audis are out. They have lost the only thing they had going for them this season, which was good qualifying. What's happened to them? This season is just ebbing and flowing so much. Hulkenberg narrowly misses out, but you got to say, for a team that scored 0 points, has been consistently out of Q1 every session, the fact Hulkenberg nearly got into Q3, indicating that Alpine genuinely have improved their car massively. But right now, it is still Hamilton and McLaren that we have to worry about, and Porsche and Red Bull. from Japan, because that was clearly evident with the 1, 2, 3 that Red Bull and the Porsche cars had in qualifying in Suzuka. Right, Antonelli starts his lap. Come on, boy. Come on. We need this to be a good one. Verstappen as well. Where are you? On the out lap right now. Track is clear. Track is clear. No one ahead of Verstappen. No one. Okay, one person ahead of Antonelli, and he actually might catch Tsunoda annoyingly. But Verstappen should have clean air. Antonelli, let's see. Does he catch Tsunoda in an awkward place? Oh, Tsunoda! Definitely held us up there. Definitely held us up. I think Verstappen should be fine, though. I think he's fine. Yeah, Verstappen goes purple. I think he's going quicker than Antonelli. Tsunoda, don't you tell me you're going to hold up 2 of our cars. Get out the way! Get out the way, man! Get out the way! Go! What are you doing? 1:27 dead. Verstappen still sets a good time. Still sets the time 6/10 ahead of Ocon. 9/10 of Albon, 1 second than Antonelli, so he got held up a little bit, but not too much. Antonelli absolutely got screwed over by Tsunoda in the Mercedes car. Ridiculous traffic, though. My God. Right, let's get ready again, and we'll wait till the end of the session, do 2 runs. We'll save a set of softs in case. And also, just I don't think there's a point going out in the middle of the session. We're just going to hit more traffic, I think. There's a bit of a lull coming up. After Albon, I think. Oh, bloody hell. No, we didn't time that well at all, actually. Bortoletto is right ahead of us. He's on a flyer. Antonelli. Oh. Apologies, mate. Oh, awful timing. He's behind Bortoletto. He's not going quick. He just looks slow, doesn't he? He just looks slow. This is going to be absolutely shambolic. We're going to get Antonelli down in P10 in quali. I'm telling you now, that's not any quicker. Verstappen. What is with the traffic here at Miami? Look in your mirrors. Look in your mirrors. Antonelli overtook Bortoletto on his lap. Oh, wow. Okay, fair play. He overtook the McLaren on his lap and improved by 6/10. Fair play, Kimi. That's the best of a bad situation. P7 is a lot better than P10, but it's Max Verstappen on provisional pole right now. He has listened to me. He's heard. He's bucked up 2 races on the back foot, starting this race on the front foot alongside his old rival, Lewis Hamilton, the man chasing Antonelli in the championship. Russell is the last man on track, but he's coming to the pits. So it will be pole position for Max Verstappen. Brilliant stuff, Max. Great response, buddy. Right, race strategy. It is, again, going to be... the entire race will be wet, like in Suzuka. So this definitely might help us a bit, even though we weren't as dominant in the wet around Suzuka as we were maybe in Season 3. I think it still definitely helped us, actually. If you look at, you know, the other cars around us, they fell away from such a good dry qualifying position. So I think some cars here that may have qualified well here in Miami in the dry might fall away like they did. The difference is Hamilton this time is starting on the front row, and he was good around Suzuka. So I'm counting on Max Verstappen to, well, he's qualified on pole, so maybe he's found his mojo back a little bit with the car. And I'm hoping that he can go out there and try and aim for the race win. And for Antonelli, it's trying to make up positions as best he can. I'm going to stick with the middle ground strategy. Seems good to me. I think making 1 stop for another set of Inters is advisable. I think there's no point trying to go to the end on 1 set. But there's also equally no reason to do 2 stops here unless something was to change in the race. But I think this is good to go. We know they save a lot of fuel in the wet, so I'm going to put it on 2 laps lower on fuel again because, yeah, they just saved a good amount of fuel last time in Suzuka. No bother.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action.
They'll be frustrated to be starting down in 10th, but they have a car good enough to move up in the race.
So let's see what today has in store, shall we? Here we go with the Miami Grand Prix. And it's lights
out and away we go from pole position. Verstappen gets a good getaway. Hamilton might be under pressure from his old teammate Russell in the Porsche. No, Hamilton, good dive around the outside. Verstappen can't get the elbow out and he's down to 2nd place. Let's show a bit of aggression off the start. Oh dear, Antonelli's already down 1 position. That's not great. Then Verstappen is down 1 position as Hamilton is into P1, and apologies again for the frame rate. I think the game just struggles a little bit on my PC in the wet, but I'll have a look afterwards. But Verstappen is down to second place, Hamilton in first place. And already I'm cut off just off that. Maybe it's me over worrying, but I worry that maybe Hamilton just has a lot of pace here, a lot of race pace in these conditions compared to our car now. But Verstappen might come back at him. Can he go down the inside? Come on. Verstappen with a little look on the inside, but can't quite make a move there. And Antonelli, he was down in P8, but he's now climbed back to P7. I think he re-overtook Bortoletto, I think it was. Leclerc ahead of us. Pourchaire, Russell, Albon. All cars that were featuring, of course, in the top three in Suzuka at the start of the race. Let's speed this up. Let's see how it goes at the end of lap 1. Verstappen right up the gearbox of Hamilton there. So at least that's something. But let's now calm it down on the fuel.
Could you just introduce 3 seconds of liftoff around the lap?
The team radios between GP and Verstappen in this game are so more intricate and feel so much more natural than any other drivers. Like, that message from GP just sounds genuinely like, oh, he's just talking right here at this moment in the game. Right, we're going to keep them on deploy. Let's see if Verstappen can make a move here. The thing is, we know the car is about halfway in the grid order for top-end speed. So maybe genuinely, like I said last episode at Suzuka, that is maybe why we're struggling to make the overtakes, is we're not powering past people as the tyres are overheating. Let's calm that down now. But Verstappen is still trying to go around the outside. Oh, go on, Max. What a move. What a move from Max Verstappen. No. Nearly banging tyres. He does bang tyres with Hamilton. And the McLaren holds firm. Meanwhile, Antonelli does finish the move off on Leclerc. Let's watch the replay. It's the same exact move that Verstappen made on Hamilton. But Antonelli is able to finish off the move here versus the Ferrari. Obviously, the Ferrari are a worse off car than the McLaren, so probably, explains it, really. But Antonelli, good progress there. Good progress. Let's now take this off deploy, because otherwise we're going to drain the battery. And Verstappen is still having a go at Hamilton on the main straight. The back straight, very, very long indeed. But he can't quite make a move on the inside. And instead, no, Albon is round the outside. Alexander Albon, he took a year out of Formula 1 last season in the game here. He's now come back and he's now fighting for first place. He's going to go for a move on Lewis Hamilton. What is going on in this race? Albon up into first place. Can you believe it? I think he's done it. He has. Verstappen down to third. What is going on in this race? Hulkenberg, meanwhile, by the way, holding on to P11, pressurizing Tsunoda. This is, it may not be first place here, but if you take into account the rating of Hulkenberg, like 79 rated, the fact he's here and not last place compared to the last few episodes, Alpine genuinely, mark my words, Flavio, if you get a better driver, you'll actually be cooking. But back to the race lead. Albon and Hamilton fighting each other. Oh! Hamilton nearly takes out Albon there. That would have been quite nasty. Obviously, remember, a couple of years ago, Hamilton did take out Albon. And in that race, Albon was driving a Red Bull. Not a Red Bull Ford, but a Red Bull nonetheless. Hamilton and Albon scrapping it out. And Verstappen is not making the most of it. He's nowhere near these guys, but we're trying to cool down the tyres. That's the problem. All right, are the tyres going to cool eventually? I think they will. They're starting to cool off a little bit. Oh, we're falling away, though. We're nearer to Russell than we are to the top two with Verstappen. And Antonelli, his progress has stalled. He's not catching Pourchaire in the clean air. Pourchaire in no man's land. And yeah, Russell, pressurizing Verstappen, Albon and Hamilton close together. Yeah, we genuinely don't have as much pace as we did in the opening races. Definitely not. Right, I'm going to tyre saving mode. I put both drivers on avoid risk curbs. And ironically, that's sped up Verstappen. He's actually now closed back to these guys. So maybe high risk curb and aggressive is the meta. Is the way to go here on the intermediates right now. It's not quite worth Antonelli because he's still in company of Leclerc. But let's see. Tyre wear wise, already tyre wear wise, we are better. So at least that's the one thing we have going for us this season. even if we're dipping in performance, our tyre preservation is clearly still very decent, which will hopefully help us at the end of this stint. But right now, it is a bit painful. Albon's just taking the lead, and he's swapping left and right and centre with Hamilton. Oh, look at that. Unreal fight going on here. These two neck and neck through some very high-speed corners. Verstappen's behind, Russell as well. Still on the same little train here. They're just watching. These two are just watching this fight with a bucket of popcorn, really, as Albon goes for another move. Hamilton defensive. Can Albon go for the pass? No, not this time, maybe. I'm just begging Verstappen to do something here. Oh, no, no! This is what I wanted Verstappen to do, but Russell's heard me, and he's gone for it himself. Russell trying to get up into third place. Get the elbow out, Max. Get the elbow out. No! The Porsche is through. I think that might be it. I think he might have the pace to keep on the inside. Verstappen losing time in that fight, and through all of that, Antonelli has now closed up to Porsche, and they are closing up to this fight, but Verstappen's down to fourth. Russell's got us. Russell, we're on aggression, aren't we? Yeah, we're on aggressive, but, I mean, we are avoiding high-risk curbs. We're trying to protect the tyres, so we are playing the long game, but I've loved to him. Oh, he's got back ahead. I was going to say I would have loved to him if he had just stayed ahead of Russell, but he's got back ahead of him. And to be fair, the Porsche has got awful tyre wear because he's on 76. Yeah, not too bad, Max. Not too bad at all. Yeah, that Porsche tyre wear is awful. And the Audi. You can see Porsche and Audi. You can see the difference in tyre wear. And with Alpine as well. Right, they've been protecting these tyres very well right now. So I'm going to take them off high-risk curbs because now we've got actually quite a lot of tyre wear over everyone. We're 87%. We're 10% better than Albon. So now's the time to push a little bit on them. Same for Antonelli as well because he's on 88%. And he's also overtaken Porsche. We missed the overtake somewhere. Didn't even get a replay for it, but he's overtaken him. So we're starting to come back at people. Having a car that's whispering its tyres is going to pay us long-term dividends, I'm hoping. Here we go. Antonelli closing up on Russell. This is it. This is what we want to see. Having a go at the Porsche to get up into P4 with Antonelli. Good recovery in this race so far. And Verstappen looking to try and close back to Albon, but Albon's lost all the time he was fighting with Hamilton because of his tyre wear. He's got 2% less tyre wear, and in general, I think Hamilton has obviously just shaken him off a little bit there, and hopefully Verstappen can come through, and Antonelli can get this overtake done. On Antonelli, yes, son! Good move, good move. We're back to high-risk curbs because the temperatures are actually very high here. Miami, this rain is really not cooling down the tyres at all. It's still a very hot surface, it would seem. I mean, having been in Miami, I can believe it. I can believe it's still boiling hot, even though it's raining this much, as Antonelli gets down the inside there. And moves going on behind. Porsche versus Bortoletto. Porsche, though, falling away. Who would have thought the higher-rated, 90-rated driver of Teo Porsche maybe showing his inexperience in Formula 1. Again, like in Suzuka, falling away. Maybe he's just not very good at wet weather racing. Maybe that's his downfall. Because Albon is lower-rated, and he's doing much better right now. But I'm hoping we can get into P2 with Verstappen soon enough. And Antonelli can also start closing up, and we can maybe be, by the end of the first stint, maybe 2-3, chasing after Hamilton. Verstappen is right there with Albon, but so is Antonelli. We are on the exact same instructions with both drivers, so they're free to race. I won't be doing team orders right now, because, well, it's not like we're massively quick enough to go chasing after Hamilton just yet. So right now, with the car we're wanting to overtake right ahead of us, I'll let them race if they want to. Let's see if Antonelli's going to make anything, do anything bold, because he has been the man in form. Verstappen, though, has something to prove in this race after some two quiet races in Japan and China. So let's see how it goes. We fast forward this and let's see. Oh, Antonelli getting close. Might make a move. Antonelli going for the overtake. Our two drivers fighting each other. Close stuff there as Magnussen runs wide. That's what the yellow flags were for. But Antonelli tried and failed at an overtake there. And that has just given Albon a bit of breathing room. Maybe we do need to intervene. I'm going to give them 5 laps. 5 laps of fighting. If they can't sort it out, I'm going to have to try and call something. All right, lads, you're losing time now. You're losing time to Albon. We're losing time to Albon. What's the tyre wear saying? Tyre wear's still 11%, 12%, as they're now going side by side, maybe into this corner again. Antonelli all over the back of Verstappen. Verstappen defending very well. He's got a very high defending rate on this game, Verstappen does. Let's both push them. I've taken them both off high-risk curbs so they can try and close back up to Albon because we lost 3.3 seconds there. Antonelli. Oh, Antonelli going for a move, though. Going for a move. Kimi on the inside, and he's got Verstappen. He's up to P3 in the wet as well, no less, where Verstappen has always succeeded. He's coming back at him, though. Oh. Coming back down the inside. Oh, this is thrilling stuff between our two drivers. Verstappen down the inside. Oi. He thought he was pushed wide. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Oh, no. Verstappen swearing at the moves going on here with Antonelli. Yellow flags. Oh, for what? Multiple cars have crashed. Is it enough for a safety car or anything like that? Don't think so. Let's see the replay, though. Possible debris, apparently. This is Leclerc. Oh, Leclerc getting overtaken, maybe, by the Alpine. Oh, the Alpine's hit the Ferrari off. Oh, dear. Oh, God. Ferrari going to be very angry about that. One, about the illegal Alpine, and two, about Hulkenberg hitting him off. Hulkenberg's into the points. He's got car damage, though, I think, from that. Oh, Hulkenberg's got a time penalty. Naughty, naughty. You need to... Oh, safety car. Safety car. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Definitely pit. Definitely pit. I'm going to learn from Australia. Definitely pit. That's going to, unfortunately, probably screw over Antonelli. What can you do? We need to double stack them. We can save all the fuel. Again, once again, good call from us to go lower fuel. Because we went quicker in the first part of the race then because of the lower fuel. And we're going to save it all back. Right, Verstappen comes in. Oh, yeah, everyone's in. Everyone's in. Everyone's in. Okay, good call from us. Good call from us. Right, Verstappen, 2.2 second pit stop. Antonelli. Oh, what happened there, lads? 4.1. What happened there? Oh, my God. Antonelli down the order, pit stop issue. It happened in Suzuka. I didn't notice it. A lot of you guys were commenting below. The reason why Antonelli lost so much time in Suzuka was because he had a 6-second pit stop, and it's happened there again. Pit stop issue for Antonelli. Verstappen's was fine, 2.2, very quick. So you can't even say it's not an issue of pit stop speed, because we've got Jonathan Wheatley as our sporting director now, remember. You know, the highest rated sporting director to boost our pit stop time. It's just the mistakes there. That was just frustrating.
Gap is 5 seconds.
So now we're down in P6. We've got to overtake Porsche and Bortoletto. Right, safety car ending. Are we trying to go to the end of this race, by the way? I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like we might be trying to go to the end of the race. Let's go aggressive at the start, and then we'll sort it out later. All right, let's go, go, go. At the end of the straights. Get ready, guys. Get ready. Let's attack him, Max. Let's attack him. No lift and coast necessary. Antonelli. What is that restart from Antonelli? Bro, you need to be near Porsche and Bortoletto. You can't be napping on the job, mate. I'll be curious to see if Albon and Hamilton fight again. If they do, maybe Verstappen has a chance, a better chance this time round. Let's speed this up. No, I was wrong. Verstappen is being attacked by Bortoletto. Bloody hell, these McLarens are so quick at the start of races off 5 red lights. Bloody hell, Bortoletto's done us. The McLaren Junior driver up to P3. Hamilton fends off Albon. What is going on? They absolutely cook on these starts, McLaren do. Yellow flags. And now Verstappen. Antonelli's past Porsche. That's good. That's good at least. Right, tyres overheating. Let's cool it down. Let's cool it down. Because I think we're going to be going to the end, I think. Oh, yeah, red flag. Red flag. Wow. Okay, one safety car, one red flag in this one race. Madness. What's happened? Who's out? Oh, Leclerc's out. I think Leclerc's out. Did he crash? Oh, no, it's Ollie. Oh, it's Ollie Behrman in the Audi. Oh, massive crash. Massive crash for our former driver, Ollie Behrman. Life at Audi is not going the way he wanted. It's not the way I expected it to go. I thought he was going to be battling us in Audi, and I would have been way more upset, you know, in terms of if he was beating us in the Audi. Kind of is more of a shame in a way. Like, what a waste. Like, you know, he could have been with us still, doing well. But he decided to leave. He decided to leave. Right. It's still wet out there, so intermediates for sure. New inters for both drivers. But now, from lap 20, whatever, 24, I feel like definitely the play is going to the end. Like, even the game thinks you could do it. So I think we have to do it. And if that is the case, I think we'll be in a better stead because of our tyre wear. 5 red lights for the second time in this race. Lights out and away we go. Are we on pushing? Push all of this, please. Push, deploy, push, deploy. Let's get you off high-risk curbs. Off high-risk curbs. Right, there we go, lads. Let's try and see if we can get the McLarens here. Bortoletto overtook us on the restart of the safety car. Oh my God, Antonelli! Antonelli, where's he come from? Kimi with a really good start. And he's managed to jump Verstappen. What the hell? That wasn't in my bingo card. Antonelli has legitimately just done Verstappen there off the line. They were on the same exact instructions. And Verstappen's down to P5 now. Antonelli up to 4. Right, speeding this up. Let's see how this opening lap goes with full deploy. And Antonelli gets Bortoletto. He's up to 3rd. Kimi is cooking. Oh, into turn 1 again. He's liking the turn 1 move, isn't he? Big dive on the inside. Gets up to 3rd. And meanwhile, Verstappen is struggling in the wet. He's not near Bortoletto. He's worried about Pourchaire behind him. Meanwhile, O'Ward in the Audi P7 right now. Hulkenberg, he's served his penalty, by the way. He's P9 in the Alpine, sandwiched between the 2 Porsches. Oh, 3 wide. Oh, Antonelli gets the move done on Albon on the inside. That was a beautiful shot there. I didn't even notice it. I was too busy trying to do these guys' instructions because I've put them back on high-risk curbs and only on pushing to try and cool down the tyres, get the tyre wear better than our rivals. But Antonelli, he's just taking matters into his own hands, and he is proving to us how good of a driver he is, as he can't quite get Albon. That's the top-end speed difference, I guess, between us and Red Bull, but he's doing very, very well on his own accord. Been dive-bombed by Bortoletto. How has he done what? That's so confusing. Our top-end speed is actually really not that great. It does matter, Will. Our top-end speed is not good. It's a good thing we did that chassis upgrade, because we need to have a much better chassis. We need to have a much better top-end speed. It's really hurting us as Antonelli comes back at Bortoletto, but he should have just been remaining in 3rd place. Oh, multiple cars have crashed again. Multiple cars have crashed again. Who is it now? Oh, it's Hulkenberg. Oh, no. Alpine have been decimated by the butcher, George Russell. He literally... He entered under that bridge and never left. Russell's come in with some classic terrorism, and he's taken out Hulkenberg. Wow. Russell has done the job on the illegal Alpine. He's down to P16. Unbelievable. Flavio's going to be fuming. Right, I'm going standard. I'm going to really calm it down the tyre wear. Right, we're sticking within half a second of Albon, who's down to 3rd now. It's a McLaren 1-2. Damn. After all of that, Porsche, Alpine up in the R&D chart. McLaren seems inevitable in this series of ours. Hamilton leading. Might be on for his 3rd win in a row. Bortoletto 2nd. The only hope I have is keeping this tyre wear in check. 92%. I'm hoping that we play the long game, last 10 laps, start pushing, and hopefully close back to McLaren. Porsche has a mechanical fault. That's going to help out Verstappen. That's going to give him some breathing room. And that's going to mean O'Ward might get up to 7th place then for Audi. So even though Behrman's crashed out, one of our other older drivers, O'Ward, might be up into a decent position for Audi. Meanwhile, we're just biding our time here. Close to Albon. Maybe we try and make the move on Albon, actually. Should we try and make the move on Albon? Let's try and get the move done on Albon. Yeah, okay. We get Albon. That's good. Okay, both of them have got Albon. That's good. Now go back to normal. And now we're closing on Bortoletto. Okay, to be fair, good to know that even attacking on high-risk curbs was pretty decent to close back up to a McLaren. So that's good. But yeah, hopefully we've seen the last of Albon. We've dropped him, I hope. And we can just get a move on. And let's actually, again, maybe have a go at Bortoletto by the end of the lap. He's saving off the ERS with Oh, no, Antonelli going for a move on his own. I didn't get a chance to go deploy. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, O'Ward's also got a problem now. So him and Pourchaire have mechanical issues. As Antonelli is up into 2nd place. Let's use the deploy to push away from Bortoletto if we can. And Antonelli sets the fast lap of the Grand Prix. Kimi is really finding his flow in this race now after the poor qualifying. And I'm hoping Verstappen can get up to 3rd place. Oh, he's close. He's close. There we go. Verstappen up to third. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Hulkenberg now with mechanical problems. Right, lap 42. We're into the last stage of the race. 15 laps to go. Tyre wear is good versus Hamilton. I feel like we should start to try and chase after and not make the same mistake we did in Japan. And to that effect, I'm on now aggressive with them. Still high-risk curbs, because I'll take that off with 10 laps to go, I think. But the thing is, Verstappen is now very close to Antonelli here. I feel like he's going to make a move very soon. I think Verstappen, after Antonelli's been looking the better drivers in this stint so far, now when they're kind of just alone together, I think Verstappen is starting to find a groove again and a rhythm. And he might go for a move here. All right, we're speeding through. 2 laps later, Verstappen's close, but he's not making the move yet. He's not making that decisive move just yet, so maybe he's biding his time. Right, people are starting to push. Fastest lap. I think let's take them off high-risk curbs. All right, they're both pushing now. They're both pushing. Verstappen is... Oh, Verstappen's got Antonelli. Verstappen with the fast lap of the Grand Prix, and he makes the overtake on Kimi. So it is Verstappen, maybe, looking to chase after Lewis Hamilton. This could get very interesting. 7 laps to go. Verstappen is within 1 second of Hamilton. GP is telling him, don't stress. We're catching him. Antonelli, not as quick as Verstappen at the moment, but maybe just biding his time. 2% more tyre wear. Maybe that will help us at the end. I don't know. But right now, it definitely looks like Verstappen is the one in the driving seat. He is motivated to beat Hamilton, his old F1 rival, closing up. Hamilton, the McLaren, he's won 2 races in a row back-to-back, but Verstappen might just be gaining enough to make a move here on lap 50 onto lap 51. Verstappen down the inside. The two of them neck and neck, and Verstappen gets into the lead. Come on, Max, come on. Up into first place. Verstappen. Let's try and use a bit of deploy. Let's push away. Let's push away if we can. Deploying this lap. Try and get a bit of a gap here. Down the straight. That's good. That's good. Out of 1 second. Okay, Antonelli, your turn. Deploy, let's go. Oh, Antonelli's gaining now. Come on, Kimi. Yes, Kimi. Come on. Come on. We can get P2. We can make this a 1-2. Oh, come on. Yes, Kimi. Yes. Come on. Good move. Good move. What a turnaround in this race. It's taken to the last 7 laps of this race. But for the first time, our cars are in first again because we lost the lead immediately on lap 1. And it's been a long it feels like a long while since that Bahrain race where we were 1-2, but we're here now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, though, look at this. Antonelli with 2% more tyre wear. I'm going to leave them on the exact same instructions. No team orders. Let's see. Let's see. Is Antonelli now going to find the speed to come back at Verstappen and re-overtake him? This time, not just for second, but for first place. This is going to be tense, I think. Oh, he might go for it. I think Antonelli might be going for the move here. Verstappen looking to defend. Antonelli gaining on Verstappen. I think this may be a pass attempt at least. Whether it's going to be a successful one, let's see. Antonelli on the inside. Verstappen, what can he do? He's going to watch Antonelli go through. And Antonelli is into first place. Verstappen down to second. Competitors spun. Who spun? Yellow's ahead of us. Okay, so someone lower has spun. Bortoletto spun. Oh, he's doing very well in this race, but now he's kind of bottling it a little bit. He's still P5, but he spins it, and he's going to let O'Ward through. So O'Ward is up to P5. So showing that Audi still does have a decent car. Behrman, just a shame he crashed earlier in the race, basically. O'Ward P5. Bottas? What? Where's he come from? I know Hulkenberg went down the order because he got hit off by Russell. Bottas P9. He was way down the order in qualifying, remember? He got knocked out in Q1 still. So that actually shows that Alpine have a good car. Because Bottas has come back through from being knocked out in Q1 to P9. Damn. Right, let's focus back on this, because Antonelli retook Verstappen. 3 laps to go after this. And Verstappen now coming back at Antonelli. I'm going to keep them on this exact same thing. I'm not changing anything. Confirming to you, high aggression for both drivers, neutral defense. Probably, to be fair, oh, they're side by side right now. Probably, if we're wise, we should probably go on low aggression just to make sure they don't crash into each other. Let's go low aggression just so they don't crash into each other, please. Yeah, no risk. No risk.
No risk.
Yeah. Yeah, no risk, lads. No risk. No risk. Verstappen's back into P1, though. Will Antonelli come back at him? I think he will. These two, side by side again. This is turning into a very close battle, isn't it? Oh, Antonelli's through. Antonelli's through. Got him at turn 1. I sped through for a little bit. He got him at turn 1. Right, we come on to the last lap of the Grand Prix now. GP has just told Max to hang on in there. We are still on the exact same for both drivers. Standard, pushing the fuel, neutral, deploy, battle assist on, low aggression. This is it. Last lap. Let's see what they got. Can Verstappen turn the tide and retake first place? Will Antonelli truly try to cement himself as the new gen of Formula 1 here? Because Verstappen's still the best driver on the grid here. 93 rated. Antonelli's 91 rated. But he has won more races this season so far, and right now he's leading the 1-2, but I actually fancy Verstappen retaking him. I feel like being second placer in Miami is the better way to go right at the end of the race. Verstappen's gaining. Last straight. It's now or never for Max Verstappen. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. Verstappen down the inside. Oh, into the last corner. Our two drivers side by side, and Verstappen's done it. Verstappen shows his class, shows why he's the best driver on the game still. 93 rated, and still Max Verstappen climbs up to first place.
So we thank everyone here at the track, at the factory.
Good stuff, Max. Good stuff. GG's, mate. GG's. 2 difficult races last episode. Only 4 points scored. Here, he's shown his class. What an overtake on the last corner, last lap. And Kimi says he needs to improve. He'll probably feel so. He was leading and he lost it in the last corner. But that is the aggression and the tenaciousness of Max Verstappen. But that is going to only help Antonelli. That's only going to mold him into a more aggressive, more punchy driver, which will make him better, of course. But what a 1-2. In the face of adversity, in the face of an illegal Alpine, in the face of Porsche improving, in the face of Hamilton with 2 wins in a row, we've clapped back at everyone. And we have got a 1-2 again in the season. Oh, it's always a good day to laugh at Ocon and the RB, now known as Porsche team. 19th place, 11 places lost. Get wrecked, mate, get wrecked. The Alpines, though, Bottas, 10 places gained, P9. They may have not looked the #1 team as they maybe were on the R&D chart, but to me, if you look at the data, that's quite ominous. 10 places gained for Bottas. That is quite ominous. And factoring Hulkenberg got hit off by Russell, and he still finished P14. Keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on them. O Ward had a really good race as well, to be fair, in the Audi. 9 places gained for O Ward and Audi. Antonelli leads. He gains 3 points on Hamilton there. Verstappen gains a load to get back into 3rd. We now comfortably outscore McLaren again. Red Bull climb a bit up to P5. Audi down to P6. Alpine off the mark ahead of Williams and Aston Martin now. Is this the beginning of Alpine's climb up the grid? We shall see. Ferrari still comfortably behind Audi, Red Bull, Porsche, and Merc are hanging on. But Merc, if they're not careful, they're going to soon get caught up by Porsche. Because, well, they're just not doing as well as they were at the start of the season. They've gone from fighting for the wins versus Verstappen. Piastri can only manage P7 there. And by the way, this is what the R&D chart looked like over that Miami Grand Prix weekend then. So I saw a few people commenting below that maybe it wasn't accurate last episode. You know, need to wait for installments to be, upgrades to be installed for these teams. They were installed for Miami, and legit Alpine, on paper, are the best car, just about, ahead of Porsche. The only thing is, obviously, their drivers are only, like, what? Like, let's have a look. Hulkenberg and Bottas are both only 79 rated, so they're just not able to make the most of their car. Crucially, Hulkenberg only has 8 months left. Bottas has 2 years left at Alpine, so he's locked in there. Hulkenberg, only 8 months left. So could there be, you know, a buyout of 800k? If Alpine have the money, is there a way they would be looking to buy out Hulkenberg's contract and try and nick someone or get a free agent? I mean, Sainz is a free agent, for goodness sake, so who knows? I mean, Yeah, genuinely, Alpine are up there, Porsche are up there, but obviously it's showing, just like in real life, the driver does play a big part. A driver makes the difference. You can have a great car, but a driver makes the difference, and it's not making the difference for Alpine and Porsche quite yet. And vice versa for Red Bull. You know, I think Porsche and Albon are outperforming that car right now as well. So it works the other way around as well. Right, let's go on through into the sponsor plan in 4 days' time. We've also got email about our race simulator. That's all good. Approve that. I don't think that other upgrade we did is going to get done in time for Baku. Don't think so. Sponsor activities all taken care of. Good amount of money, 39 million to be exact. New sponsor plan. Send that off for approval there. What's our research looking like? 4 days, 12 days. Because of Miami, we got a 1-2. If we had done badly at Miami, I would have said let's do an emergency manufacture of this chassis. But I think we can wait. You know, I think we can wait. And even though, yeah, the R&D chart looks pretty dire, let's not panic, you know? Which also gets me on to next episode. I think we should start putting some research parts in. Even though I'm very tempted to carry on upgrading this year's car because I'm worried. At the same time, what are we worrying about? We just outscored everyone again. So let's calm it down a bit. All right, the R&D chart's not the be and or end all. Let's look at what's happening in front of us. And right now, we could definitely put some research in. So I think next episode, let's research some parts. Design is done for the chassis. We'll just get that manufactured in a normal time frame. Make 3 of those because we'll need at least 1 spare soon. Well, how much does it cost if I rush it? Oh, we can definitely afford to rush the manufacture at least a little bit. So at least we'll get it done in time for the race after Baku. Right, simulating into the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Qualifying 3rd and 6th. Not as good as Miami. Obviously for Verstappen, obviously Antonelli actually ironically has done better than Miami, but what were the results of quali then? Oh my days, Red Bull are back, it would seem, here in Formula 1. Red Bull Ford, after we clowned them for 2 seasons, in season 4 here, they're back. I mean, they still need to do a bit of work, but they are back in terms of it's a 2nd pole position of the year for Teo Pourchaire. Albon 2nd. It's a front row lockout for Red Bull at Baku. Verstappen 3rd, Ocon 4th, Hamilton 5th, Antonelli 6th. So that's good for us. Like McLaren, Bortoletto's out. Porsche, Audi, Merc, Audi. Alpine taking a bit of a back step compared to Miami then, it would seem. Maybe the circuit just not suiting them as much. It's a very different circuit and clearly favors Red Bull quite a fair bit. Okay, I have no idea which way this race is going to go. I kind of low-key actually feel good about maybe Verstappen coming through for the win, basing off the race pace we've seen for Red Bull, but let's see. Baku, it's a street circuit. You just never know. No, yes, Max. Come on. What a recovery. What a bounce back for Max Verstappen. From 2 races scoring 4 points to now back-to-back wins in the season. Max Verstappen punches back at everyone. And oh, Ward, 2nd place for Audi. I'm proud, man. I'm proud. I'm proud of O'Ward. You know, he was the first driver that left us, you know, spread his wings, went to Aston Martin, find himself here at Audi alongside his old teammate. And he's actually now, well, like he was in season 1, he's kind of leading the team as the elder of the 2. Again, maybe his experience in Aston Martin helping him, because he's 2nd place here, and Behrman only P7. He's not really growing into how quick he should be at Audi as I thought he would be, basically, like I've said. And Antonelli, what happened here? P8. What's happened here, son? What's happened here? The only positive is, look at where Hamilton is. He's not even in the points. So Antonelli probably still comes out on top in terms of versus Hamilton then. Hamilton down in P11. Bottas! Hamilton's old teammate beats him in the Alpine. So even though Alpine qualified poorly, again, they jumped up in the race. 4 places, 5 places gained. So Alpine's got some dark horse race pace energy. Again, they just don't have the drivers to show it as much. Bortoletto, that's decent for him. Piastri, that's pretty okay, to be fair. And again, Ferrari pop up with a surprise P4. So drivers championship-wise, Verstappen is now 2 points behind Hamilton, but overall Antonelli gains on Lewis, so that's good for him, for his sake. Oh, Ward's up to P5. in the Drivers' Championship. Constructors-wise, Audi. What a big play that is for O'Ward. And Audi, that second place, has got them up to 4th in the championship, ahead of Porsche, ahead of Red Bull. That's really big for them. They're actually level on points with Porsche, but that's big for them. That's really big for them. But we outscore McLaren. We outscore everyone still. So even though I was a bit concerned, it's come out well again. And Antonelli, yeah, he scored P8, but our other drivers got the win. So, you know, okay, Verstappen had a shaky moment last episode, but he's back on form. And this is exactly why we wanted him and Antonelli, because it means if one of them doesn't do well, the other one is going to win. And it's going to balance out. And overall, we're still looking good in the constructors. The drivers is a bit different, you know. Lewis is there, you know, worrying us a little bit because he's the only consistent man. Forgetting this race, obviously this race didn't go well for him. Apart from that, he is the only consistent man. I think absolutely 100% we start pouring in research next time out. For next year's car, because yeah, even with my worries, and genuinely, hand on heart, I was quite worried at the start of the episode with the R&D chart about how people would be doing, but we've still got that raw pace, that raw bit of tyre where I think it's a big factor. So definitely next time out, let's pour in some research in for next season's car, because like I said, we're looking to do the series for many episodes to come, so let's not just put it all on this season. Let's play it a bit long-term as a manager in this game. But I think, once again, I'm actually going to end it off with only 2 races in this episode, because actually, I would have done Imola. I really would have done Imola, but I just got reminded, obviously, this is Kimi's home race, one of his first home races. I think it would be rude not to not manage it. So I think we're going to manage Antonelli's home race here because it's the first time we're going to give him a car to maybe go out there and win his home race. I think that'll be pretty big. So guys, if you've enjoyed this one, hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.